Thousands of untested rape kits sitting right there on police department shelves all across the state. In Focus reporter Mallory Safaste takes a closer look at why those numbers may not be all that shocking despite national efforts to reduce the backlog.
Jamie, the high number isn't due to a lack of effort or investigation on behalf of law enforcement, but it really comes down to a lack of resources. With the high cost and time it takes to perform a DNA test, police and prosecutors have been forced to decide what cases take priority. It's not the answer advocates condemning sexual assault want to hear, but the Baltimore City Chief of Forensic Sciences said they simply can't test every kit created.
Because it doesn't sound like a very nice answer. I think the reality is, though, that is the problem. Resources are probably at the top of the list as to being one of the testing obstacles.
Testing DNA kits are expensive.
Private sector cost is anywhere around $800 to $1,000.
They're also timely.
The testing of DNA is not like it is on TV. It doesn't take 45 minutes and 5 commercials. It takes months of really hard work.
Which is why the Baltimore City Police Department, among other agencies in the state, have a number of kits left untested. The total in Maryland exceeds 3,000. Montgomery County tops the list with 1,165, followed by Baltimore City with 871. Howard County has 503, Baltimore County with 197. To some, they're alarmingly high numbers, but officials say once you break them down, they're less overwhelming.
We're looking at over 30 years, and the largest category of untested kits are unfounded investigations.
The numbers in Montgomery County and Baltimore City date back to the 1980s. And if you look at how many have been tested since then, you see a different percentage.
During that same time period, there were around approximately 7,000 kits, 871 that have reached the untested number. You're looking at in the upper 80 percentile of kits that have actually been tested. I think the number works out to around 88%.
Still 800 too high to the advocates supporting survivors of rape.
You have to think about the survivors who got up on a table and put their feet in stirrups and had a very intrusive exam. And you also have to think about the public who may be at risk from a sex offender if we don't test it properly.
By testing kits of Jane Does or women who decline to reveal their identities, Jordan says other states have caught serial rapists. However, without a victim, the state can't prosecute the accused.
We miss every one of our first trial dates because our DNA is not done.
Which is why he says there's a need, as unpleasant as it may be, to evaluate the resources they have and use them to move forward with the cases that have a better chance of yielding a guilty verdict.
Send me the money, and we can hire people to test these. But I am only going to, use my daytime forensic people to test cases where I have a chance of going to court. And if it's a Jane Doe case, I have no chance of going to court.
There's a chance Schellenberger could get what he's asking for. The state's attorney general is reviewing all of the number of untested rape kits in Maryland and will release recommendations on how to proceed in December. We also want to note that if you are a survivor of sexual assault and would like to look into what happened to your exam, the Maryland Sexual Assault Legal Institute can help you find out more.